here I'm with Hamferð from the Faroe Islands, and the Faroe Islands are represented at Wacken, the metal festival. How do you feel about this? Representing the Faroe Islands? How was the
That was very strange. I mean, winning in itself wasn't very, it wasn't the most important thing, because we realized that this was the first gathering of that many Faroese metal bands, and it was like the camaraderie and all this friendship type thing that just went through the entire event. So that was the best thing about it all. We were just hanging out and having fun. That was amazing.
The metal scene in the Faroe Islands was growing insanely fast in the last couple of years. We had 8 bands, 8 really good bands. Yeah, only 8, but we have a population of 48,000. So
that's actually a question I was going to ask. I was looking up your biography for 6,000.
There are more than 8 bands, but there were 8 bands competing. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, you had like 1, 2 decent metal bands, and the rest of it was just teenagers playing loud and dropping in like the ear. It's a scene that's really been growing the last couple of years, and there are lots of great bands. And it's all the same generation growing up that's like Jon said at the event, we were like borrowing each other cables and pedals and carrying stuff for each other. And when the winner was announced, I mean, everybody was happy. There were no people walking around, you know, hands down, won this. Everybody was happy. And if somebody else would have won, we'd have been happy, because it's a very together scene. And
do you think there's something special about the Faroe Islands? Not just in the wieder aufgebüscht.
Because it is so remote. People that are there, they can stick together. And with regards to music, I don't know, I think that isolation just sparks creativity in some way.
So it hangs a lot on our label as well. I mean, the driving force of Faroese music since 30 years or something.
The label is like very, very significant.
Of all the Faroese, I mean, they're sort of this epicenter of the music life of Faroese music for 30 years now. It just keeps on pushing us and inviting us to be creative and giving us the opportunities that we otherwise would never have gotten. So,
So it's like, you know, Christian, the guy who runs it, Christian Black, he's like the father of basically most of the artists. When we want to go on tour and it's pretty expensive. You're missing a year, we need a bit of money. Yeah, just play a few shows when you come back, and we'll even it out over the year. So we get to do stuff, as long as you take initiative yourselves, you get to do all sorts of stuff, which is probably not as easy if you're elsewhere. And it's harder at the same time.
That's really good to get some of support. But are you still signed on to?
We don't have any deal. That's
why you were able to return.
Yes, it's my 4th time.
Same here.
3rd time.
all of us have been there.
This is 1st.
So you've been around for almost 3 years, and you're playing the Mecca of metal. This is quite an achievement for the band. How was the concert? Well, I personally loved that. How did you feel about it?
We always feel what we play, and it was a bit different, of course, because it was probably the biggest turnout we've ever played for. And but personally, I didn't feel different from other shows just because of the amount of people that were there. But to play at Wacken, we knew this was big, and all these people were here. And just we knew these people knew their music. You know, it's cool.
I was very nervous, just to be honest. I dared not look up. You know, I thought that if I see the people that are there, I'm going to screw up every part that I have. So I just looked down and tried to look evil and serious.
Well, from what I observed, you didn't screw up. How do you create that atmosphere for live concerts? Do you have some special recipe for because there's more to your concert than from what I experienced just now than just somehow connects with people. How do you play the music?
It's all up to you, man. We just play music, dress up in suits like in the funeral, and we all go into different. You see us now, we're like happy, smiling, normal guys. When if one of us smiles on stage and other guys find out,
I think no smiling.
It's hard to resist though.
Very, especially playing at Wacken.
I think this guy is the most smilingest of all.
He's behind the drums, so
Nobody sees him.
Yeah, I didn't see your face though.
But I think we all kind of find a place, a side of ourselves that we can put into this atmosphere, because otherwise we wouldn't be playing together, and you know, all of us wouldn't be in this band, because I think we all feel the same part of the music. Like, it sort of joins us while we're on stage. And,
we started this because we wanted to do something that was different. It was already in the Faroe Islands. There was no clue. Some of us were big fans. Some of us had not heard of them before they joined the band. Listen to this, you know, and just, you know, we started creating these arts. We're still doing it.
Several of us guys have been in different bands before Hamferð. I think what made it is simply the concept, and from day one, John did the idea for the band, and the visual idea and the music, everything just fits together. It makes it easy. You know? So as soon as the concept is there and you found the concept, everything else is pretty easy.
It's also pretty important. There's a lot to do with it.
we do actually have a quarter song in English.
That was the first one.
The first verse in the first episode. I also think that all vocalists, at least 95% of all vocalists, sing better in their native tongue than in English. There are very, very many amazing vocalists who don't have English as their first language and start singing in English, and they lose something because you don't have the same nuances in your tone of voice and the lyrics. It's just not the same. Jon is exceptionally good at Faroese. We don't even, I don't know about you guys, but I don't understand half of the lyrics. So.
I don't understand. So can you tell us more about the inspirations and influences to produce?
I'm not sure. I listened to it before we got on to doing Hamferð, and I just, you know, I love the atmosphere. It's very special. Personally, I don't think it's not. It is very special in regard to other genres.
I think one of the big differences also in our writing compared to most thrash and death metal and stuff like that is that when we do our writing, it's usually we usually don't come up with the riff first and then build everything around that. It's more like you have the soundscape with the chord progressions and this the keyboard arrangements, which make this huge, this atmosphere, and build riffs from that together. rhythmic elements. Yeah.
Yes, everything's rearrange everything.
And it's not. I think also it's not like this conscious thing when we write. I don't think it's 100% conscious that we seek towards a special type of sound, the Faroese sound, and we know sort of the red line that goes through, and we sort of try to keep to our own style, but the style is sort of made from how we personally write music, and it's not really 100% explainable, I think.
Comes naturally.
It's pretty simple. We play music which we like, and we all agree upon that pretty much most of the time.
Mostly it's just, hey, got this cool riff.
Because for me, whenever it is cloudy or stormy, I always feel an urge to listen to Wacken.
Well, imagine being on the Faroe Islands where it's cloudy basically 70% of the time.
And stormy.
Stormy, yeah, 30%. I don't know. Yeah, definitely. Weather does have a lot of. I mean, personally, it's different between us. I think personally, I have a bit of a hard time actually writing when I'm in a sad mood or if it's really bad weather or something bringing down. Actually, because it's easier to wait until there's some lighter mood, and then you can recall back on that sort of stuff and write from that. It's sort of like sort of staunches you when you're in that moment, but you recognize it afterwards. But yeah, the Faroe Islands are definitely a gloomy place, and it has a gloomy history as well, very dark, considering much famine and sickness, and of course very small communities. So there's a lot of dark history to sum it forth.
Pretty interesting also. When it's a small place like that and it rains outside, there's absolutely nothing to do except sit in your room and playing guitar.
Through Europe last year, correct? So how was that experience?
Fantastic.
It holds. They helped us out, yeah. We probably couldn't have done it without them. It started out with that we toured with the Icelandic Viking metal band called Skalma. They played Wacken last year. We toured with them last summer, and we were throwing all these crazy ideas around about getting a third Nordic act and getting more financial support and stuff like that. So we tried getting in touch with Moonsour's booking agency, Dragon Productions, which we got the tour through. And they said, sorry, we don't do summer tours because it's suicide, which of course now makes perfect sense. But we didn't know that. But I got in touch with them and wanted to do this European tour. He mentioned that he was doing the European tour during the fall and we might be able to get on it. We just started writing back and forth and they really liked the music. And we managed, like I said, to get financial support from sponsors like Nordic House and the Faroe Islands, which also sponsored this trip. So couldn't have done it without. But basically lots of hard work and trying to pursue crazy ideas, and in the end it worked out.
It's strange that we keep getting paired with folk.
Really,
There aren't that many doomers out there touring extensively. That's true.
we're out there making a lot of folk metal fans sad. But I suppose it's what we do, yeah. So it's the point of it.
And how different was touring Europe?
Geography.
Touring Faroe Islands.
In the Faroe Islands, the furthest you can drive, no matter how much you drive, you go
2 hours.
just 2 hours less. 2 hours tops.
And we drove something like 10,000 kilometers, which I think was insane. Never traveled that far in life.
In the Faroe Islands, small community, we play in, for example, Sur, that's where Genesis home island, and we get a place to stay, and we get great food, and suddenly you're this opening band, nobody's ever heard of you before, you're driving 500 kilometers a day, staying at hostels. It is pretty night and day.
So what's next?
Do more tours. Gonna keep on doing
We're working on a new album. It's half written basically, and ideas popping up all the time. And looking for a label. And we might do a few gigs here and there. Hopefully some small tour during the fall if the right thing pops up. But apart from that, we've signed a management deal, and we want to release the album through Europe and coordinate around that. Basically, tour our
You go first.
Decapitated.
Nice.
It's not really Hamferð style, but I can't wait. I love Decapitated. It's amazing. And obviously Dimmu Borgir with the symphony orchestra is going to be special as well. It's a really good lineup. Compared to some other years, there's not really this one or two bands that you just have to see. There's loads of really good, solid bands, basically during the entire festival. But there's one band, Decapitated, for sure.
For me, I know regular films, I've never seen that. Yeah, he's in Jendis, our bassist, is in this amazing thrash metal band called Incurse.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Best band in the Faroe Islands.
Incurse.
Old school thrash.
Thanks for the Is there anything you would like to pass on to our readers of our website?
Well, of course.
Maybe something in Faroese.
Faroese.
More about Jaremi.
Whatever that means, this is Hamferð.
Brilliant.
It's after parties and
We have this, basically, after the bars close, we have these after parties in the Faroe Islands where you go even drunker, and that's Jeremy's place. So join us. Just moved out, so
we're in the Faroe Islands.
Yeah, go on in.
You're always welcome. Thank you.
I just want to get on tape that I really like your shirt.
I'm really moved.
All about the steel man.
Some of them was Wacken once, and I think Peter Steele passed out on the stage. He was at least lying on the stage for a considerable amount of time.